I've always had this obsession, this urge to find what others prefer to forget. I don't search for gold or ancient ruins. I search for places with stories that don't make it into books. Places where the dust hides secrets, not just objects. That's how I found Forgotten Library. The message came from a hidden network of urban explorers. A strange post, no photo, no signature, just text. Library closed since 1934. Forest zone, not on any map. Bring flashlight, mask. Do not read aloud. Do not make unnecessary noise. That last part seemed like urban legend nonsense, like the stories people make up about haunted asylums. But something about the message felt different, more like a warning than a joke. It took me 2 days to get there. The final stretch was on foot, through trees so old they looked like they hadn't heard an engine in decades. No signs anyone had been there for years, except for a rusted gate half buried in branches. Behind it, the library. It was majestic in its own way. Stone columns wrapped in moss, shattered stained glass windows, gargoyles staring downward like they'd given up. No signs, no plaque, nothing to say what it was. But the moment I crossed the threshold, I felt it. This was an archive. It was a mausoleum. Inside, the air was thicker. Not stale, not dirty, present. As if every particle of dust was watching me. Endless corridors, shelves towering toward the ceiling, spiral staircases leading to nowhere, and doors that open into rooms not part of the original layout. And then the sound. Not silence, the sound of silence. The kind you can hear. That is texture, like something breathing just beyond your field of vision. I found the lectern in what must have been the central hall. And there, the book. No page numbers, no publisher, not even an index. The cover looked like dried leather, once alive. Only the title, faded gold. Memory of those who would not be silent. I read it. Of course I read it. I'm human. I'm curious. I'm an idiot. The sentence I read was written in brown ink, still damp to the touch. And the moment I said aloud, the air changed. The library breathed a slow exhale that wrapped around me. And then they came. First, shadows among the books. Then human-like figures, floating inches above the floor. Tall, thin, naked, covered in scars. The worst part, their faces, expressionless, pale, with mouths sewn shut with thick black thread. One stopped a few feet away from me, raised a hand, slowly pointed at my chest. Another voice, no, a chorus of whispers, filled the room, like thousands of pages rustling at once. You are now part of the catalog. I ran, but running there was useless. The corridors changed, turned back on themselves. Stairs led down when they should have gone up. Every room pulled me deeper, until I stumbled into a small reading room with low shelves. On the table, a stack of books. One had my name on the spine, another my mother's, a third someone I haven't met yet. I opened mine. The pages were blank, until they weren't. They began filling in with what I was thinking, my thoughts, my memories, my fears. The book was writing me. I slammed it shut, instinctively covered my mouth, and then I understood, reading feeds them. Silence protects you. I went back to the main hall. The book was still on the lectern. One of the figures stood beside it. This one was different, smaller like a child. It looked at me with eyes full of black tears. Its mouth wasn't sewn shut. It spoke without moving its lips. If you give something back, they may let you go. I didn't understand at first. Then I saw what it carried under its arm. My journal. The one I always bring when I explore. It handed it to me. When I took it, I understood the exchange. I had to leave something behind. So I gave my voice. Yes, my voice. I read the final paragraph from the cursed book and tore the page out. Burned it right there with my lighter. The book trembled. The library groaned. And then the door opened. I don't remember getting back to the village. They found me wandering, covered in dust, barely whispering to myself. Since then, I can't speak aloud for more than a few seconds without feeling watched. Words stick to my tongue, and at night, I still hear the rustling of pages. Someone once asked why I stopped exploring. I just showed them my notebook, And there on the last page, beneath my signature, written in brown ink, readers aloud are welcome. The catalog always grows.